Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Today I'll be doing my January plan with me and I'm so excited to share it with you guys. So for my January theme, it will be a continuation from my 2021 setup. So if you guys haven't watched that video yet, do go and check it out. So this will be my color palette for my January setup. It consists mostly of muted, toned down, desaturated kind of colors, and even though it looks like there are a lot of colors going on, but I just wanted to find colors that work together. So anyway, starting on with my January cover page, I'm painting a multicolored sand dune, and I was inspired by a photo I saw on Instagram, and it was this multicolored mountain, and I think it was taken in Peru, and I thought that it looked so pretty that I just had to include it in my setup for 2021. So I wasn't sure if I could input the photo here, but if you guys just Google multicolored mountain, then that should appear. And yeah, so basically how I'm going about doing this is just alternating between this very yellow ochre kind of color and then a desaturated green and purple and also a terracotta color. So how I'm going about doing this is I basically just used a very light sketch to just sketch out how I wanted the mountain to be, and then I drew two lines, as you can tell. So one would be for the darker portion of the mountain and the other one would be for the lighter portion of the mountain. I'm just alternating between the four colors, and honestly I was just kind of mindlessly doing it and just alternating between the width of all the colors as well, so that there will be some variation and it will add some, interest to the painting. So yeah, I am actually really happy with how this turned out. I think it looked really nice. Honestly, when I was painting, I wasn't really sure if it was looking a bit weird, but I think at the end it kind of came together quite nicely. So anyway, now I'm painting the lighter portion of the mountain. I just used the lighter versions of the colors that I painted on the darker side. So this is to give the impression that that is a lighter area of the mountain and it's the area that is not in shadow. On a side note, how I mix the colors around to get the desaturated look is by adding complementary colors to the color that I wanted. So for example, if I wanted a desaturated kind of green, then I will add its complementary color, which is red, and it will just make it look more desaturated. And the other way I did it was by adding a lot of white, especially for the lighter colors. I'm painting half a sun to just make it seem like it's peeking out and emerging from the horizon. So that's why that area of the mountain would be in light and would be lighter in color as well. Now I'm just lettering the word January on the top, and I'm using my Sakura Pigment Micron, the graphic sketch marker, because I wanted thicker lines. So I decided to use the thickest marker that I could find that could still go over gouache. I decided to letter this in a simple font so as not to take away from the main focus of the page, which is the mountain. And I'm actually so happy with how this looks so far. I think it's coming together so well, and they really complement each other to make it look really nice. And anyway, I have this little label maker that I got many years back. I decided to use it to do my little quote page on the left hand side. But I'm sure you guys don't want to see me make every single word, so let's fast forward this up. So the quote I decided to use for January is always bring your own sunshine, and I thought that that was quite fitting for the whole cover page. And I really love this quote because it's so important to remember to not let the situations that I'm in define my outlook on things, but to really bring my own sunshine into the situations that I'm in. Now moving on to the calendar setup, I'm painting the whole background with this really dark, also kind of desaturated blue color, and I'm using washi tape to block out the monthly calendar so that I do not paint onto it. and it makes my life so much easier. And this calendar setup will be kind of complementing the cover page because it will be the same mountain, but this time around it is in the nighttime, so it'll be the opposite of the cover page. I decided not to paint a mountain with the same colorful colors because you can't really see colors that vividly at night anyway, so I decided to just paint it this very dark green color on one side, and on the lighter face of the mountain this lighter green color as well. I just splattered white paint all over the night sky as well to make it look like the night sky is filled with stars. I'm using my candle to draw a circle for the moon. Somehow I had trouble with the moon. I think what I wanted to do was to paint a really opaque moon so that it would be uniformly white, but I just couldn't get that. Like whenever I tried to paint it, it just kept picking up paint, and I'm not sure if it's because I was too impatient and didn't wait for the paint to dry, or I don't know, but anyway, this is how it turned out. So now I'm just using my Uniball Signal white pen to remove some paint that went underneath the washi tape. And I'm just drawing the lines for the monthly setup. I did not dare to draw the lines freehand because it's my first bullet journal and I didn't really want to mess up, so I decided to use a ruler. And now I'm using my gold Uniball Signal gel pen to letter the days of the week. And I think this really made the whole spread look so much better because I love the gold against the dark blue background. I think it adds such a touch of elegance to it. I don't know, but I think it just looks so pretty, and when you move the paper you can see the gold shimmer, so that looks absolutely beautiful. I am in love. And moving on, I'm doing the mood tracker on this page, and honestly, I just painted a small circle, and it was the easiest spread I had to do. I just painted a circle in the middle, so that's going to be the sun, and the days of the week will be the sun rays. So the happier I am, the longer the sun ray will be for that day. So I'm really excited to see how it turns out. Hopefully my days are not all the same so that there will be some interest to the sun. And on my right side is my Align a Day spread. So I'm painting a very similar painting to the first one I did on my 2021 setup. The only difference is that now I'm painting it from the perspective of looking out a window. I'm not sure if I managed to communicate that well in my painting, but basically it's from a perspective of looking out through a window and just looking at all the rolling hills and looking to the horizon and seeing the dark blue sky that is filled up with many bright shining stars, as well as a beautiful crescent moon. And I decided to paint it as a night sky rather than the day because I will definitely be doing my reflection at the end of each day. I just thought it'd be nice to have a nice night sky view while reflecting at the end of each day. Moving on to my habit tracker, I'm painting 6 different potted plants, and I got inspiration to do this from my Procreate With Me video in which I drew the greenhouse, and after that I think I have a soft spot for painting slash drawing plants. I really enjoy just coming up with different plants and flowers, and I think it just looks so cute all the time. So I just kept it pretty minimal for this one because I just used 3 colors to paint the pots with, and yeah, I just came up with random plant shapes. So I'm just doing 6 potted plants for 6 of my habits that I'm going to keep track of in January. Because it's my first time doing bullet journaling, I didn't want to encumber myself by planning to do way more habits than I wanted to. But yeah, I'm really excited about the habit tracker. I'm so excited to start being more disciplined about things, I think. So the 6 habits that I will be doing are drink water. So once I meet my water intake for the day, I will just clear that up. And then the second one is to not drink any bubble tea. This year I had trouble controlling my intake of bubble tea, especially when I get stressed. I find myself drinking way more bubble tea than is advisable. So yeah, that's my plan for next year, to cut down on my bubble tea. The third one would be my quiet time, and then journaling. So I hope to do it every day at the end of each day to help me unwind before going to bed each night. And then the fifth one is to text friends, and the sixth one is to compliment someone. And I think that ties into my quote on the cover page, which is to bring my own sunshine. So I think complimenting is one step closer to bringing my own sunshine. On the right side, I'm doing another quote. I realize this is a quote that is commonly used in the bullet journaling community, but I decided to use it anyway. And the quote is, "The sun will rise and we will try again." I really do love the meaning behind this quote, and I decided to choose quotes that had the word sun in it because, as you can tell from my January theme, I do have a lot of suns going on throughout the whole January spread, so I decided to find another sun quote. I'm just lettering it in simple words and using my Tombow brush pens to letter in the words "try again." I decided to put this quote beside my habit tracker because there will definitely be days in which I fall short and I do not keep to my habits, but I think it's a good reminder to just keep trying again. I decided to use my yellow Posca paint pen to letter the word sun, and I'm also painting a sun at the bottom of the spread using, I think, the same yellow as I did right at the start, I think. And yeah, I'm just going over it and just drawing little rays of the sun peeking out. And moving on to my playlist spread, I did enjoy coming up with this. So what I'm doing is painting. What I'm doing for my playlist spread is I will be alternating the boxes and painting a terracotta color in them, and I'll just be outlining the rest of the boxes. I'm going over them a few times to make sure that the color will be as opaque as possible. And now you can tell that I'm just trying to paint an abstract sort of shape at the bottom of the page, and I really wasn't sure how it would turn out, to be honest, so I was really quite nervous that it would turn out weirdly. So while waiting for it to dry, I'm outlining the rest of the boxes freehand, so I was holding my breath for that as well. I was really scared that it would turn out wonky, but I'm glad it turned out fine. And now I'm just tracing another abstract shape over the yellow one, and then I'm painting another flower pot over it, and then after it dries I will be painting some leaves out of it as well. And beside the beige flower pot, I'm drawing another flower pot with the same terracotta color. And now I'm painting the plants for them, and I really do enjoy painting plants. It's really so much fun to just draw random shapes, and even though they turn out wonky, it still looks okay because plants do not always look perfect anyway. So for the plant on the left side, I'm starting out with a very light hand and then slowly pressing down on the belly so that I can get that variation in the leaf size. And on the right side, I think I'm painting a bird's nest fern, I think, and just wiggling the brush around to get the variation in that leaf. And then I'm using my Tombow brush pen, and I'm using number 991, and it's from the pastel set, and I'm just lettering the words playlist. And now I'm at the bottom of the page, I'm drawing a little line. So I'm drawing yeah, you can tell what I'm drawing. I'm just drawing the little pause and fast forward buttons. I'm writing in my songs for January, and it is Remembrance by Hillsong, Willow, and August by Taylor Swift, and then Blind by Lighthouse, as well as Maybe Don't by Maisie Peters. And I love all these songs. I've been listening to them like non-stop. So on the right side, I'm doing a faith log, and I've not really seen this being anywhere before, but I decided to do a faith log. So basically, whenever I do my quiet time or I have anything to write, I can just write it down in this faith log. So I'm planning to do this little beach kind of coastal scene. So I'm starting off with pink for the far horizon, and then I am painting a beach for the middle and a really dark green for the foreground, just to show that it's really close by. And then now I'm painting the sea, so I'm using a really super dark blue, which is the same blue that I used for the night sky for my calendar setup. And then because this is mainly a geometric abstract shape kind of art, so I'm using a lighter blue just to show that that is the area of the sea that is closer to shore. And I like how this spread turned out. I think it looks really nice. I'm just drawing the borders for the faith lock and then writing the word faith along with the borders. And I think I'm using the 08 Sakura Pigment Micron pen to get a slightly thicker line. And moving on to my first weekly setup, I think you guys can tell by now that I'm just reusing my washi tape because I do not like wasting washi tape, so I use them multiple times. But anyway, moving on from that, my first weekly spread will be yet another sun because I can't get enough of painting suns, and so I'm just painting the sun with the sun rays extending outwards from the middle. So the middle of the sun is painted in a yellow ochre color, and then I'm drawing each sun ray and painting them in different colors, and each sun ray will represent different days of the week. So I have 7 sun rays peeking out, basically alternating them again with different colors. So I decided to use slightly more neutral and lighter colors as well, so that I would be able to draw over them with my Sakura Pigment Micron pen. But I may also just write out my tasks with my Uniball Signal white pen, but I'm not sure yet. I will let you guys know how this spread goes, and I'll see if it's feasible to paint the whole weekly spread in a paint in a color and having to write my tasks over gouache. I will see how feasible that is. But basically you can tell that I'm moving the washi tape over so that I'll be able to paint very clear straight lines. And I also erase whatever pencil mark I have before painting over it, because I actually encountered a problem earlier in the spreads whereby I didn't erase the pencil marks, and afterwards, even after I painted the gouache over, the pencil marks could still be seen. So I decided to erase them before painting over them. I'm really liking how the spread is turning out, to be honest. It didn't take that long to do this spread. Most of the time was spent just waiting for the paint to dry and then going over it again to get an opaque layer. But other than that, it didn't take that long to do it, and I think it is turning out really beautifully. Now that it's done, I'm just removing the washi tape, and I think it looks so beautiful. I absolutely love this. Now I'm writing in week 1 on the middle of the sun, and for each of the sun ray, I'm writing down the dates of the week. I'm using my Uniball Signal gold pen to write out the first letters of each day, and I love how it looks. So now we're done with it, it's time for the final flip through. So the first thing we did was the cover page, and I love it so much. It looks so beautiful, and even though I was so unsure of how it would turn out, I really think it turned out pretty well, and I love how all the colors work together and make it look like a really cohesive spread, even though there were so many colors going on. Now on to my monthly setup. I think it's so minimal but so beautiful at the same time. I love how the white paint just adds so much to the whole sky. And then now it's my mood tracker as well as a line a day, and my habit tracker as well as the quote page on the right side. And I'm so excited to use the habit tracker. I do hope that I'll be able to keep to my habits. And next I have my playlist on the left side and my fave log on the right side, as well as my first weekly setup. So I hope you guys liked this video. I had such a great time coming out with my January plan with me, and I can't wait to see how I use my bullet journal. If you guys like this video, don't forget to check out my other videos as well as like and subscribe, and see you again. Bye!